It is both an honor and a privilege to welcome you to the beautiful and vibrant Kuala Lumpur for the ASEAN Governors and Mayors Forum 2025 under Malaysia's ASEAN Chairmanship. As your host, Malaysia draws inspiration from our own urban journey, from the bustling streets of Kuala Lumpur to the green corridors of Penang. Our chairmanship of ASEAN this year reflects a commitment to bridge tradition and innovation, ensuring that no city is left behind. Hence, this gathering is of visionary leaders, united under the theme ASEAN Future Cities and Regions. Inclusivity and sustainability could not be more timely. This week also marks our ministry's second major ASEAN engagement, following the resounding success of the ASEAN Real Estate Conference AREC last month, which brought together over 55,000 participants. Today, we amplify that momentum with 300 of the region's foremost urban leaders. I'm also taking this opportunity to extend profound gratitude to United Cities and Local Government Asia Pacific (UCLG) aspect for your indispensable partnership in co-hosting AGMF 2025. Your leadership ensures our collective new urban agenda move from inspiration to action. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, when ASEAN was founded in 1967, a large majority of the population of the region lived in the rural areas and was engaged in farming. Today, 56% of our 680 million people thrives in cities, engines of prosperity, lifting millions out from poverty. By 2050, 70% of our ASEAN population will call urban areas their home. However, the World Bank warns that unchecked urban sprawl could cost ASEAN up to 2% of GDP annually by 2030 due to congestion and pollution. As a wise man said, it is not the strongest species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one that is most adaptable to change. As ASEAN deepens its economic integration and progressively enhance regional connectivity, urban policy must adapt and reconcile the calls for the city that is livable, inclusive, and environmentally responsible. Although the configuration will differ from city to city, local government must take account of the competing demands and needs of key urban stakeholders in the decision making. First, businesses seek investment-ready infrastructure for a globalized economy. Second, the middle class demands livability and safety. Third, the urban poor require affordable housing and opportunity. Last but not the least, future generation means our children depend on our environmental stewardship today for a sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, as the President of UN Habitat Assembly, Malaysia is steadfast in advancing the 2026 to 2029 UN Habitat Strategic Plan, ensuring rights to housing, land, and basic services, while transforming informal settlements. This commitment must be enshrined in how we plan, govern, and invest in our communities. Hence, as a region, let us acknowledge that adequate housing for all is not just a fundamental right, but is also the heart of a successful urbanization. And this demands a comprehensive and thoughtful response. Adequate and affordable housing is not merely shelter. It is the big rock of inclusive human development, social equity, and sustainable poverty reduction. To achieve this, we must embrace diverse and innovative pathways recognizing a continuation of legitimate tenure option. From progressive housing and rental models to rent-to-own, self-managed and community-driven solutions, all align with the new urban agenda for every individual and family in need of a secure and dignified home. I also urge mayors and governors across ASEAN to assume a pivotal role in building climate-resilient cities and regions by prioritizing nature-based solutions, investing in smart waste management, low-carbon public transport, upgrading informal settlement to withstand climate shocks and reducing emissions. I'm proud that cities across Malaysia are stepping up and being recognized globally for this effort. Of our 156 local government, 83 cities have initiated voluntary local review. 43 cities have been recognized as Level 1 Smart City Early Adopter, and 55 cities are implementing low-carbon city frameworks. Similarly, across ASEAN, in the spirit of ASEAN family, inspiring initiative from Indonesia's climate villages to Thailand's community-led mangrove restorations, they demonstrate the power of local action in building resilience. These tangible, high-impact models are not isolated efforts. They are part of a larger movement to localize the SDGs, New Urban Agenda, and the ASEAN Community Vision 2045. And it deserves scaling both regionally and globally. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, picture an ASEAN where every child walks to school under clean skies, where informal settlements transform into thriving districts, where cities compete not in sprawl but in sustainability. That future starts here in this room with your signature, your policy, and your courage. As the ASEAN Chair, Malaysia pledges full collaboration to make ASEAN a beacon of hope and a beacon of sustainable urbanization. Let AGMF amplify local voices in regional policy making, but only if we move beyond talk and move as a team. John Maxwell's wisdom rings true. A leader knows the way, goes the way, and show the way. The time for debates is over. Let this forum be remembered not for our speeches, but for our action. It is time to roll up our sleeves, link arms, and deliver real results today. The world doesn't need another talk shop. It needs leaders who act. So I ask you, will we be the ones who just discuss the future, or the one we build it together? The choice is ours. Let's get to work, and I wish AGMF a fruitful outcomes ahead. One ASEAN, one vision, one community. We are strong because we are together. Thank you. Terima kasih. 谢谢.